So FormulaXbox Britain highlights from season 9 here. We're giving a good gap to Leopard in P2 in the championship. We're leading after the Monaco win from Leopard, coincidentally. Yeah, it's trying to extend that. So Leopard has a quali ban that he has to serve, but it'll probably be like P2 after turn 1 or turn 2 here. So yeah, that's nice. My teammate isn't sadly here on this week, so I need to do it all by myself. Trying to fly the Ferrari flag. Luckily we have a good gap in the constructors, so we can take some bad races as they come. Yeah, full with quali here as it was in the F1 league earlier. Yeah, it's not that good in the wet. Just struggling, finding the grip. Some of the fat guys are of course really good, so expecting them to be high. And the usual faces like Maestro and Leopard has qualified, but Langman was on a pad obviously, so will be one to watch out in this quali. So we're P4, looking pretty good for quali points if someone has an invalid lap. We actually gone purple, but I think the track's improving for everyone, so just maybe could improve a couple places on this lap. Looking like a couple of tenth improvement. Thanks. Yeah, it's Sinan in P3. I think it's Kung Fu Kenny and Langman possibly in the top 2, and Matty Bolton in P5. Just drifting across the line here. That's P2 behind Kung Fu Kenny. That's not gonna stick, and we drop to P5. There's Langman on pole, Kung Fu Kenny second, Maestro third, Bolton 4th, and myself in 5th. Sinan in 6th, starting on softs, different from everyone else. The base strategy was soft to mediums, but you can do supers and softs here, so just went for those. Get a good launch, maybe the best out of the bunch here, but couldn't really capitalize on it. Here we kind of get boxed out, and Sinan gets the inside line. Swoops into P5, and we're stuck in P6 now. Need to make some moves here to catch up with the leaders. I think Sinan goes for a mad dive bomb here. Not sure if there's contact on Matty's screen because he goes wide. Or maybe he's just locked up. Maybe look around the outside of Matty here, but Sinan's there, and that's slow down there. Sinan does a good move on Matty, and we're just trying to follow through here. Just gets really close here, but we have the run on the inside. Yeah, that should be it. I think there's contact on Matty's screen, but on my screen just looks like he drifted away on that corner. Now we're back on the back of Sinan. It's gonna be a struggle to overtake since he's just madly defending like his life depends on it all the time. Yeah, that can work sometimes, it can also just backfire. So lap 2 we're on Sinan again here. So I go for a move, but just too far behind. And this corner is really bad if you're on the outside line, it's just hard to capitalize, so Sinan just takes the inside line every time here. Even though he goes a bit wide, we're trying to go for a cutback here before the last corner, but he just parks it on the apex. So he can't really do anything.
Okay, entering lap 3 now.
As Langman's pulling away on the lead with Maestro and Kung Fu Kenny, P2 and P3. Here we go for a bit of a half-assed move on Sinan, just keeping it safe as he's just squeezing us there to the apex, so would have ended it in tears if I really went for it there. So now we're on the back of Sinan again on lap 3. Yeah, he just keeps it on the middle of the road, there's no way past. I think Kung Fu Kenny here bins it, so just rejoin him there. He's dropped back a bit, and now Leopard's already in P5 after saving Holyban starting pretty much last, and he's on softs and already on us. We really can't do anything with Sinan here. Again he goes for the inside line and stuck with the outside line. There's just no way going there. Again he just goes really deep and we're really close to hitting the wing there on his back tire every time. Now Leopard's got up to us, so I was thinking if I let Leopard by and he can slow Sinan down, and I can just like sweep by with him on Sinan. That's unintentional going right there, and just lift off, let leopard by here. Let him kind of pull me along. Maybe get by Sinan that way. Now leopard goes for a dive bomb here on Sinan. Doesn't really work out, Sinan keeps the line. But he goes really deep here, missing his braking points everywhere for some reason, and that's leopard gone and we couldn't capitalize on that. DRS train on leopard here. Actually Sinan doesn't have DRS, so we go for a bit of a move here, but yeah, just too early on the brakes to really make it work. Now leopard's just gonna rocket away and we're stuck behind Sinan still. And now EVR bolts and now Matty bolts is really close to us again. Even though we had some moments before in the race. Just closing up Sinan here. We can't make a move to make it some baguettes unless it's like unless you have the speed. Again, set up the move to stow here. Maybe get the inside line, but no, Sinan defends it. Stuck on the inside again. But we're getting better run already to the hanger straight here. Just a bit of contact there, luckily no damage. Sinan holds it and parks it on the inside. Can't go there, so I have to go on the outside. We commit this time around and just keep the outside line, and that's the move done there. Grabbed Sinan there, luckily P4 now. Going with the Maestro and Leopard. Here we pit, broke really early, but still managed to speed into the pits. That's rule blows up. And I was really annoyed with that. Somehow managed to speed in that pit lane at 60 miles an hour. Looked like it was gonna slow down, but it just didn't. So that's gonna add 5 or 10 seconds in the time at the end. So we need to make that up on the track. Yeah, just all going downhill here. I think we were closing in on Maestro before our pit stop, but yeah, it's kind of make it a lot harder here now. That's not close to at all there. Now Maestro speeded, and he actually did the same thing, speeding in the pits. So we're pretty much on the level playing field here. So we're both really screwed and need to pull away from everyone else. And Drastic here, pretty much just letting Maestro by, and I was expecting him to do that as well, as he pulled on the inside, but now he's gonna fight it here. We just have to make the move on him. Yeah, he's sticking out on those old softs, going down supers at the end. We need to find a way past here. He goes really wide here, and I thought about having the run on turn 1, but just thought better of it. Not to end in a pile-up. Here into turn 3 is it, yeah, just dive bombing it, but no, it's not making it work as Drastic just turns in. Here we just bide our time and wait for the DRS, and then that's the move done pretty much. Yes, with the DRS open. There's a bit of a squeeze from him, but luckily nothing too major of it. And we're still sticking with Maestro here. That's pretty much the net podium that Maestro's running at. When everyone pits, I think there's still a couple guys yet to pit. So. Bit of a move on Maestro here later on in the race. I think his tires were really dead. Even though he speeded like 1 lap later than myself, he was like 10% more on his tires. He locks up and we go on the outside here. There's a bit of contact there. We try to hold on within the white lines here, and there's a bit of contact more. And he's still on the inside, and this is just not gonna work out with 2 cars. We keep the space. I'll leave him with the space, and he keeps ahead. But he actually got a penalty there, so he then later on decided to not fight us to make that P4, because Ninjas was closing in, and we needed at least 8 seconds gap. Because he had the stop and go, and then the corner cut warning for the penalty. So let's just luckily by here. That's very kind of him. So we can blast on, maybe get that podium, and he can maybe get that P4. And that's pretty much the race there. Race there done. Nothing too major happening. Just finishing up here. Last couple corners. I think we managed to keep the gap to Ninjas behind. I think Maestro was really close. The gap was hovering around 8 seconds under and over. Just a crucial 8 seconds. And Yeah, we grabbed a podium even though we pulled the pit stop, but what's happened here then? There's Maestro on the podium, and I'm not. And I finished P3, so another nice feature to the game. So lovely stuff there. I think on everyone else's screen I was on the podium, but for some reason on my screen Maestro was just putting along there, being jolly. So it's actually us in P3, even though it says complete horse crap there. So it's Leopard, Langman, myself, then Maestro or Ninjas either, depending on what the stewards do with the penalties. Then Kung Fu Kenny, Sam Ham, Sinan, K Gibbs and Hayden run at the top 10.